How are you doing, everyone? It's me, the Domotaku, here today to talk about the next episode of Izetta, The Last Witch, episode 5. I was about to say 4, because I was talking about March Comes Like a Lion, but you know, all these things are sort of off by like 1 or 2 episodes, so I might get confused for a while, but I got it right. So, Izetta, episode 5, it's really weird for me, to be honest, but like, this series seems like it's structurally going good, or like, you know, it's like sort of progressing really smoothly, and that's sort of weird for me because I don't think I've ever seen that in like plot progression in other series for now. But like, I mean, it's good, but then it's just sort of weird to me that I'm seeing it like in real time, or like it feels like it sort of thing, right? So enough of that. So episode 4, you know, we had the plan for Princess Fine to expose Izetta to the world, make her famous, and that's basically what the first 3 episodes of the first 3 minutes of the episode is. It really is. And you know, you expose her as like, oh, you know, I am Princess Fine, the next princess or archduchess in the country. This is Izetta, the next White Witch. You mess with our country, you mess with her wrath and whatnot. She's been spread out everywhere, which seems kind of like really weird to me that, you know, I was like, wow, you're exposing magic to the world. That's real. I was like, I'm surprised like a lot of people are not like in some sort of like weird confusion right now, right? But no, but like, you know, this is all in attempts of a plan to sort of get more alliances and sort of fight against Germanian and whatnot, right? And I was like, oh, I mean, I guess this could work, sort of thing. So on the Germanian side, you have them being attacked by Izetta to demonstrate her power and whatnot, all this like propaganda and stuff. And then you have the Germanians thinking, like, okay, so it's all real. We need to observe them, see what kind of limits and what her ability, her like sort of how much of her capabilities and abilities can she use and whatnot. And then it becomes like this whole cool observation battle and whatnot. I like that sort of thing. I'll talk about that in the end, but yes. Eventually, it comes to a point where, worst comes to worst, the Germanians attack a part of the prince's country where Izetta cannot use magic. There's no ley lines under there, so Izetta will not be able to help out in a fight. So, interestingly enough, they bring back that one kid soldier in the second episode where he's like talking about his family. He's just like a young kid rookie, and he made it out of that battle. I'm just like, wow, they're bringing this kid back into the fray. I'm just like, alright, we'll see how he does. And you know, he's just like, oh, don't worry, Izetta will come. And it's like, okay, that's typical of him. So eventually, you know, the princess surprisingly has a plot for when Izetta could not use her magic in the battlefield. And I'm surprised they actually had a plan to begin with, like so early, right? I thought they would explain that later on, but no, they had a plan. So they basically had one of Fine's elite groups dress up as Izetta with a wig and her clothes and whatnot. They had to have the same boob size apparently too, so just like, wow, that's convenient, you know. But yeah, they have her dress up as a Izetta, and then they would have her send her out into battle with like a gun and something like that. It's like, you know, like that's a good plan, like to sort of like fabricate one. But then wouldn't it be weird to see Izetta like coming up, like running, like not flying, she's not using a broom or whatever, she's just using a gun and not using magic? Like, you know, if that were to happen, you know, that would be like the off point. It's like, this seems kind of sketchy. But no, instead Izetta comes over a plan against this plan to have someone disguise as her, and where they basically have like some ninja tactics where you have Izetta like talking and acting like she's doing magic, but then you have like the snipers and the elite group in the back, just like in the shadows, just like making things like sniping off their weapons from their hands and exploding the canyon. And it's like, this is pretty clever, and I really like how they're thinking this through to like an extent, because, you know, I'm sort of a guy who likes to think things through before acting. And this is a well thought out plan, you know. It's like, I love it when a plan comes together, something like that. So yeah, the plan goes well. They drive off the Germanian forces, and the Germanians for now are not aware of her secrets and whatnot, right? But that might change very soon, because they have a spy in the midst of the country. They have a spy, and I cannot believe that they didn't think this through, but you know, they have a spy in the midst, and that's when things get all secrety and stuff, when things get real. They have a spy. So they have a spy in the battalion. We see who he is, and he's like looking for the kid, because the kid is just like, oh, Izetta is gonna help us and whatnot, right? And then it doesn't help that the kid overhears the conversation between the higher ups about Izetta's plan and whatnot, how she can't use magic and whatnot. Like, that kid is gonna get some, like, he's really getting involved in all this, and he's gonna get kidnapped or tortured for all this information, and it's gonna suck. It really is gonna suck. So overall, back to what I was talking about before. So Izetta, the Last Witch, I don't know what it is. So for one, it progresses the story really smoothly, which I like, and then it also has this warfare element where you have both sides observing the enemy to what they're doing first, what they're gonna do next, like predicting their moves. And I like that sort of thing. It really works for this series because you have the Germanians who are thinking like, okay, you know, Izetta is not almighty and powerful, because if she was, she would just attack the kingdom right now and attack our lord or whatever and be done with it, end the war, right? But no, she didn't. So there's a limit to her power. We have to observe her and see what it is in the future and just wait for them to make their move and whatnot. And then you also have them on the princess and Izetta, who have these countermeasures for, like, when Izetta cannot use magic and the Germanians are attacking in this area. You know, there's just so many, like, things in here, like analytical battle or thinking and whatnot, and I like that sort of thing. It's just like Death Note almost, where you get to think things through before you execute them and whatnot, right? And that's just really what I like, and I think that it fits for Izetta, and that's really going smoothly for the series. Aside that fact, the only thing I have for next episode is the fact that this kid in the army just knows too much. He's all fixated on Izetta. Why did he have to drop his picture in the river, and then he's gonna get found out, and then the spy is gonna be a whole game changer for this war in the army. So we'll see how that goes next time. So I'm really liking this series. For 13 episodes, you know, if they don't finish it in 13, then I'm hoping for a second season, because at the rate that they're going, they could technically finish it in 13, but we'll see how smoothly it is for the series, in my opinion. So we'll see how that is. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you liked this episode, because it's pretty cool, and I like these little, like, I love it when a plan comes together sort of things. And subscribe, because next week we'll talk about episode 6. We'll see how the war progresses, and we'll see if Izetta's secret gets found out. Who knows? Leave in the comment section below. What do you guys think is going to happen next episode? Will Izetta's secret get found out? Will the spy be discovered in time to protect Izetta's secrets? Or will the kid freaking spew out all of her secrets and it's like, oh my goodness, I heard them talking about this, or something like that. We'll see how it all goes down. So anyway guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video on the TheDomotaku anime channel. So take care guys, matane, and good night, because I got school 8 o'clock in the morning and I need to get some sleep.